There is one setting inside of Marvelous that I find to be a bit on the unintuitive side of things, and this setting is fold angle. We get to choose this when we select an internal line somewhere on our garments. And the issue that I see here is that those numbers, they don't really indicate whether the fold is gonna go in or if it's going to go out. So for example, if we change this to 360 and change the strength a bit as well, we can see that the fold is going inside, but this doesn't necessarily represent the action. And if we do the opposite, if we go to 0, the fold goes out. So to make it a little bit easier to remember and understand, I've made this little image. And what we can see here is the fold. This white dot. This is the fold here, here, and here. And we have right and wrong sides. So the right side is the front of the fabric. This is the surface that we see in Marvelous Designer. And the wrong side is the side of the fabric that we don't see. It's the side that touches the avatar. So by default, the fold angle is set to 180, and this is what it looks like. It doesn't do anything. This fold is not going to be visible. It's not going to create any deformation or any folds or any detail, nothing like that. But this is what happens when we change the angle to 0. The wrong side of the fabric is trying to connect. Basically, those two lines, they're trying to touch, and because of that, we have the fold sticking out, and this is called outside fold. And this is something that we see in Marvelous when we create pleats, for example. So those things, those names are actually quite important. And pleats was the I would say it was the key to this puzzle, to remember what degrees do what. So those names are fairly important to remember.
If you enjoy this content or find it useful, please consider supporting me by buying me a cup of coffee via the link in the description.
On the other side, if we change the degrees to 360, the right side of the fabric, the side that we see in Marvelous, it tries to connect now, and because of this, the fold goes in, and we call this fold inside fold. And this is all nice and fine. It's just that we still need to remember what those degrees do. And I find the easiest way to remember this is to look here. What we have is 0, and then we have the outside fold that starts with an O. And those two, O and 0, they look pretty much the same, right? And I have to be honest, I've been struggling with this, with those degrees, with those folds, ever since I've tried Marvelous in 2011. I just simply couldn't remember what those degrees do, and so I think this could be a useful scheme to remember exactly this situation. So if we set the fold angle to 0, we can remember that it will create the outside fold. Starts with an O, 0, and this will create an outside fold. This will go out, and the opposite is going to be a reversed effect. It's going to go inside. So hopefully this scheme, this little image, is going to be useful, but it will definitely be useful when we start working in the pleats. And so those two names, we need to remember those, the inside fold and the outside fold, and what they represent on the surface.